Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I am Dr. Gail, and I am so glad that you are here. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Life with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge favor. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you will know when I go live. And so tonight I want to talk to the women and the men who follow me here on my channel tonight. I want to talk about how soul ties affect your marriage. Even if you've been married for a number of years, how the soul ties of your past can affect what is going on in your marriage right now. Okay?
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
Now, let me just tell you, a lot of people don't even realize that they are dealing with soul ties in their marriage. And let me just tell you, I've been doing this work for over 20 years, and I have been blessed to coach and counsel people all over the world and from different backgrounds, different religions, and those kind of things. But let me just tell you, soul ties do exist, and they do affect you, how you're showing up in your marriage, especially if you have not resolved that with that person. Okay, what is a soul tie? A soul tie is a deep emotional and spiritual connection that forms between two people, often through intimacy, sex, right? Deep emotional experiences, or even prolonged close relationships, right? While some soul ties are healthy, right? You might have a whole soul tie with your mother, or a soul tie, and I'm not saying you've had sex with your mother, but your mother was the reason that you're here, right? So you have a soul tie with your mother for the rest of your life. But you know, those kind of soul ties are healthy, but some other soul ties that you've had with past relationships are not healthy, okay? Let me just tell you how soul ties can affect your marriage. Number one, it can cause emotional distance between you and your spouse. And have you ever felt just disconnected from your spouse and you don't know why? But just a week ago, you got a DM from him or her, and your pastor saying, "Hey, I can't believe I found you on Facebook or any of the social media platforms." And you begin to distance yourself from your spouse because you begin to think about that person and all the things that you guys did, whether it was good, bad, happy, or sad. Those kind of emotional distance can cause problems in your marriage, okay? Number two, sexual and intimacy issues. It can cause you to start comparing your past. I don't care if it was 2 years ago, 6 years ago, or 15 years ago. If you guys were sexually compatible and you and your spouse are struggling in that area to build intimacy and have meaningful sex, it can cause a lot of problems. And a lot of times we're thinking, oh, it's because of this. No, it's because every time you engage, that other person pops in your head and you're like, well, they used to do it like this, or whatever that went on. And that is a huge soul tie. And I deal with this in my practice all the time. Number three, unresolved emotional baggage, right? Have you ever said, oh my God, I wish I had the opportunity to go make this right with this person, but I just can't find them. And so you continue to think about them. And if your spouse it comes up with a similar situation, or you're dealing with a similar situation in your marriage, you begin to think about, okay, if I would have made that right, maybe I wouldn't be paying for this now, or that person is just acting just like this person. So unresolved emotional baggage can be a huge soul tie, okay? Number four, consistent thoughts about the past. And let me just tell you, social media is a blessing and it's a curse. And the reason why I say that is because now we have at our fingertips, whether it's a cell phone, a laptop, a tablet, we have at our fingertips that we can search for anybody all over the world, right? And all it takes is one thought. I wonder how he is doing. I wonder how she is doing. And then you search, right? And then you find them. And then you're like scrolling. And then you just began to reminisce in your head about the past. And then you're like, well, if I just send them a DM just saying hello, they know that I'm married or whatever. But that opens up the door for conversations and for you to begin to reminisce about the past, right? Especially if your marriage is in a bad space. That is the most unhealthiest thing that you can do, is reminisce about the past when it comes to someone else, okay? How do you break free from some of these soul ties that I've talked about? And trust me, there are so many soul ties that different people are going through in their lives. I just gave you some of the general ones. How do you break free from it? The first thing is you need to acknowledge to yourself, because the hardest person to lie to is yourself. You need to acknowledge, I have a soul tie with this other person, and I'm not showing up fully with my spouse. And once you acknowledge it, then have a conversation with your spouse and say, listen, I've been thinking about so-and-so, and this is what I've been thinking. Be 100% open and honest, okay? Number 2 is release that other person. Release it, because you have said that you were going to spend the rest of your life with your spouse. So release that other person. Don't even make them an option for you to even think about them, for you to DM them, for anything. Release it and ask God to help you with that, okay? Number 3, rebuild your marital bond with your spouse. Once you get in a space where you have a meaningful conversation with your spouse, where they might feel where they might feel upset, where they might feel hurt, all of those things, the answer is yes. But you said you were going to spend the rest of your life with that person. So you need to be having meaningful conversations with your spouse, okay? So you need to rebuild. Say, from this day forward, I want to give you all of me. Not be stuck in the past, not be thinking about that other person, not be searching them, not be stalking them. I want to show up 100% in this marriage, right? And work on whatever that other soul tie is and build that tie with your spouse. Because remember, you said you wanted to become one flesh and that you wanted to do death do us part, okay? And I hope and pray that this teaching has helped someone, because if you're struggling in your marriage, you probably never even thought that it could be a soul tie that is keeping you from showing up fully in your marriage. I love you guys to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before I go, if you want this video or any of my videos on my channel sent on your behalf, but you don't want to be the one to do it, do me a favor and click the link below, and I will have one of my team members send it on your behalf. If you want to speak with me, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one problem and give you one tool of strategy that I know works to help you in your marriage. Click the link below and schedule a 15-minute discovery call with me. Again, I love you guys to pieces. I will see you next week.